Club ARK Wasteland War expansion. Community creature submissions. And wow, they finally fixed a heck of a lot, but did they fix everything? You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So, 443 Community Crunch 443 arrives to us, and whoa, it's a big one with a lot to unpack, a lot to go through, kicking off with an update to Club ARK, bringing a whole new apocalyptic look along with a brand new Mad Mark mission. With a bunch of fixes and improvements, big XP boosts, quality of life upgrades, and even a new rare reward, the Scrap Golem. Alright, well, let's kick off with a reaction to the brand new trailer to the Club ARK update with a 3, 2, 1. And hello there! Wasteland Mad Max looking Club ARK. It's been a hot minute. Revealing rigs, new skins, showing off the skins, the doggo saddles. A new update to the PvP arena. That's pretty cool. A stop frame animation cinematic if you want to watch a movie. New rewards. Hello there. I'm expecting they're going to be Extinction rewards. Most definitely. And apparently a brand new reward. There's a few more skins. And... whoa! What? What? Yo! Oh, that's bad. Oh! We're proving it can be done. We're proving rigs can take on Titans. Does this work? Yo, look at the skin of the Titan. Wait a minute. Hold the phones. Hold the phone. That last 20 seconds was insane. So first things first, just quickly breaking this down. Obviously, we got a new arena, a new mission, which looking pretty cool. I guess we're going to find out exactly what happens. Usually these missions seem to be a 3-tiered sort of thing, and I'm going to take a stab in the dark. You're going to need to own the Bob's DLC to play this mission within Club ARK. Surprisingly, how many people out there don't know what Club ARK still is today, but you know, it's a thing. You can go to it, you can transfer to it, you can host it as an unofficial server, you can run to it if you're unofficial, and it allows you to reward you a bunch of cool new things. We've been trying to showcase a lot of this during this Monarchy playthrough, and we'll be checking this one out definitely ASAP. But yeah, there's some new Titan animations, which is like, look at that. It's a blink and you miss it, but there's a brand new Titan rig animation with a cool new skin. We must see that. And hello, this is, I guess, the new golem that we're talking about. I'm wondering, do you unlock this by doing this mission? We're going to find out. Seems you have to take this thing on foot with exploding spears. And then there's a battle rig chase. Amazing, which, you know, like... let's not pretend the battle rigs haven't got their issues. They've got a lot of issues. I've been pestering Wildcard to get something fixed for a long time. But, you know, priorities are priorities. And I'm guessing if they've got a mission based around a battle rig on servers, it has to work. There's no way the battle rigs can't work. And I guess I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more about that and read on as time ticks on. And wow, would you look at that skin? I want that skin. I need that skin. When I tame the Ice Titan, do I get that skin? Very cool. Look forward to checking out Club ARK later today, hopefully. It looks really cool. And that ain't it, folks. First off, transfers opening on February the 7th. If you was wondering, now you can transfer all your stuff over if you're unofficials. With a cheeky side note that on the 28th of Feb, if you're on one of these expired servers, which gives you like a bit of a kind of easier time to not try and deal with all the mega tribes and that, then you've got to get off that server by February the 28th. But, whoa, as Wildcard said, Mucho Noto with the update brings a massive things of changes with the Scrap Golem that we saw in the trailer as a rare reward for completing Mad Mark on Alpha difficulty. Hello. So what, do we get an actual... I'm guessing it's a skin for the Rock Elemental, right? I need to tag myself a Rock Elemental. Hot damn. Hot diggity damn. And there's now award equipment traits on completion. Oh, giving even more reason to go and do Club ARK, because these equipment traits, we showcased them a while back, and they definitely seem to be a bit that's not a word. A bit OP. A bit OP, these equipment traits seem to be. And with, of course, an overall look. And I think that's as far as we're looking at Club ARK. But we'll read on to the plethora of update patch notes. A lot of issues we've encountered throughout playing Extinction so far. Have Wildcard managed to fix all of them? Let's go through them, kicking off with Enraged Rex and Enraged Strikes. Now rewarding 3 times more XP upon kills and giving you actually Alpha XP, which wasn't a thing with chibi leveling, so you can finally do that now. That's good to hear. And Refracted Survivor Mate sorting ability to be more reliable. We'll see about that. My Survivor Mate's just feeling sorry for himself for the corner. He's like that robot that passes the butter in Rick and Morty at the moment, but hopefully that's going to resolve him, as well as being able to collect sap from sap taps. That's kind of nice to see. The meat carrier trait on creatures now includes spoiled meat, so you can carry a bit more of that. I guess a few people were using that and trying to use that effectively. Didn't really think about that being a thing. I guess it's a route around trying to contain spoiled meat, but no, that's a thing. Moss Chops can now gather sap from sap trees in Scorched Earth. Hello there, Moss Chops, getting a bit of a boost. Good to hear about that. Tamed basilisks are now immune to radiation and aberration. Were they not immune? That's kind of wild. Why did it take that long? But now that's a thing being fixed. Pegomastax deployed an aberration for gacha crystals too, so there you go, you can tame them on aberration. Good to hear about that one, because everybody wasn't being able to tame them on aberration for their gacha crystals, but then again they can't tame gachas for gacha crystals, so you need to go to Extinction anyway to tame the gachas, but you know, it's there as an option. Experience removed from creatures when respecking them via the makeshift mega lab reduced to 10% of current XP. That's big.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Okay, well, when I say that's big, is that big in babyfying at the same time? Because I think up until this point you lost all the XP, which super sucked. Or maybe I'm getting my jingle jangles mixed up with the babyfying, and actually there was a different XP reduction with the respec, which I haven't really paid too much attention to since launch. Maybe it is useful. Not too sure about that one. OSDs and element veins will now highlight the last remaining 5 dinos of the wave. I believe it when I see it. Jeez, man. Like, they've been such a pain in the bum since Extinction's been out. It just felt like ASE all over again with trying to hunt down these creatures, and especially with the remapping of this ASA version of the map and where the creatures spawned. Nightmare. But apparently this is going to work now. Apparently you're going to be able to see the last 5 dinos of the wave, which is everybody's issue. Hopefully that's going to be a really great new addition to make OSDs and element veins actually doable than waiting around for the longest time or walking way out of render distance of the OSD to kill the creature that you need to kill and then losing the OSD. Cooldown for cryopodding is here on a damaged creature, and it's been reduced to 30 seconds down from 60 seconds. Like to see that. Definitely a pain sitting there waiting, repeatedly spamming the cryo button and just hoping nothing's going to kill you in the process. So good to hear. 30 seconds feels like a fair amount without a doubt. And reduced the damage transferred from structures placed on a platform saddled dino from 100% to 10%. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Well, that makes sense. That's probably why our Dreadnoughtus, when we first tried it, tested it against the Titan, got absolutely ruined. That means that Dreadnoughtuses are going to be a heck of a lot harder to kill, right? If, of course, you've built stuff on the platform. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it was, and now it's less of a thing. Good to hear about that. And Tuzo's melee attack, to hit closer to its head to prevent it from getting stuck on small creatures that it cannot hit. Oh, now that's do you know what? That's bigger than it looks, because the Tuzo being able to hit things much closer to it definitely puts the Tuzo, ranks the Tuzo just a little bit higher as a must-have creature, though maybe not so much on Extinction. But hey, Titanoboa no longer gains points in oxygen because you all want to go and tame one of those. Tech Gigas can now be cloned. So finally, Wildcard have officially addressed they are in the game. There's been so much ambiguity surrounding, were they in by accident? Why haven't they been updated to the ASA models? Are they aware of it? Did they accidentally throw it in there and not realise it? A lot of people out there saying, it's not in the game. You're lying. You can only get it through the Santa gift. It is in the game. I spent so much time trying to figure out how on earth to get one to spawn. And it's good to hear that Wildcard finally have addressed that Tech Gigas are officially in the game. And good grief, to get a 180 is going to be a rare one to find though. Added the current quick ability icon to Armadoggo's whistle and coloured the icon to show if the skill is on cooldown, active or activatable, which definitely needs to be done. I feel like the Armadoggo needs just a bit more work. A lot of people aren't really using the Armadoggo, and especially their quick ability effectively, because it's a bit of a pain to access. So I look forward to checking out more about that, as well as a health indicator to the Armadoggo's icon in companion mode showing its current max all health, and on top of the buff icon when the extended HUD is enabled. So you know if it's running into issues, you can say, Go, do one quickly before you die. Added element, imbued gasoline engram to Battle Rigs Garage's inventory, and Garage no longer requires elements. Imbued gasoline to craft. Rejoice, rejoice. Flipping egg. Took only a month for that one. Good to see, good to hear about this one. Honestly, like, it made no sense. Why on earth could you make the garage at such a low level, but needed the element imbued gasoline that you needed to make in the Mega Lab, which was like at level 80 plus something or something like that? Made no sense. They've fixed that now. If you want a battle rig and you're not quite the level to make a Mega Lab, now you can. Though I imagine the majority of people that were complaining about this have probably already got to the level of making a Mega Lab now, but it's a feature. Happy days. As well as that, analog values for Battle Rigs gamepad controls for throttle and brake. Hey, better controlling on console, then that's good to hear. And a percentage HP it previously had when changing equipment has now been fixed. We saw that one, which is quite annoying, having to repair our Battle Rigs each and every time you changed any equipment on it. That's been resolved. Water reservoirs have now been removed from being able to be placed on platform saddles. Didn't know you could do that. That's a nice little hack. Now you can't. No cheesing on your water reservoirs for you. And the gene scanner now no longer tracks corrupted creatures. Thank you for that. Very frustrating when you're trying to hunt down giggers, especially, and your tracker's telling you to go all the way to the north where there's an absolute army of corrupted giggers and they all want to tear your face off. Now, if you want giggers, you will find giggers. OSD Element Veins audio stingers are now tied to the... I feel like Wildcard were watching my stream in response to that one. I had such a rant about the audio being tied to the sound effect rather than the music slider. We now no longer need to get our ears, drums, burns out of our heads when an OSD, an element vein, pops onto the map. And the tech binoculars, I miss them, man. I need to get some tech binoculars, but you know, to get those, you've got to go and beat the tech cave on Alpha, I think. Will now display mutation counts without needing to access the ancestry page of the dino. There we go. That sounds like a very cool feature, and look forward to seeing that one. Items now displaying their item rating in the inventory UI, which is the relevant value when using the tinkering desk. Wow, 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 wow. I love that. I love that because this apparently has been a feature older than you know. I was talking to a few people. I swear some people have told me this has been in ARK, in ASE. Nobody knew about this item rating value until the tinkering desk came along, until people found a bit of an exploit, and it's very relevant to using the tinkering desk. And Wildcard, I guess, in the pandemonium of patching the exploits that we found with the tinkering desk, have said, well, you know what, to understand the item rating, it is a bit of a pain to drop the item on the floor. You can't even drop it as a bag. You got to throw that thing on the floor with this short amount of decay timer to see what the item rating is. Why don't we include that to items? That's great to see. Hopefully that's going to encourage people to use the tinkering desk more. Now you know if you've got a high item rating. As well as, hello, DLSS defaulted to enabled for compatible cards. Now that is interesting. Would that be an improvement to higher end graphics cards? Do I even want to attempt to dive into that and break ARK again for me? And you know what? Won't lie, I am not a PC whiz. DLSS, is it good for us or is it not? I need to know this information. So co-founder Jeremy Stieglitz just dropped a little note regarding the DLSS update, where I'm not going to pretend to know everything about this, but the best way to get the best quality visuals is to enable DLAA on a 4000 plus series GPU. And if you need more FPS, then you can use R.Screen Percentage 80, with some potential to be looking into a hooking in-game slider to fix the UI overlay artifacts on FrameGen shortly. A bunch of stuff there I don't fully understand, but it sounds like a promising improvement on performance. But hey, gameplay fix, and that was, what was this? Those were just the changes. Now the fixes, of which there are a lot. And we're going to try and get through these a bit quicker because I realised we spent far too much time just going through the changes. But a server restart issue where creatures in the middle of taming would lose their taming effectiveness and become untamable has now been resolved. I heard a lot of people had this issue, so good to hear that one's been resolved. Heavy turret requiring an auto turret for repair. Was that a thing? Wow. Survivor mate's inability to repair heavy turrets without auto turret in inventory. Yeah, well, that's of course as a result of that. Accessing the inventory of structures picked up by the Rhino and its input not copying to other turrets, and accessing sealed barrels, bypassing certain container restrictions, a multiplayer desync issue that would occur when changing modes, and it will no longer slot cap or overweight himself when sorting and re-rendered by a player, as well as it getting stuck when navigating around certain structures. I still don't think that's going to be completely fixed, but you never know. You never know. Good to hear Survivor Mates had a good heavy look at Dreadmare. Now, aha, mate, like this this right here has to be a response, because Alpha Raptor and Alpha Carno tributes are so incredibly rare on Extinction. They are super rare than any other map, and they've decided to remove those from the Dreadmare taming requirements, but have replaced them with the Alpha Rex trophy. Set Binocular UI not updated the baby progress correctly. Google Blueprints having a number of limited crafts. Oh, that's a shame. I need to spend more time with the Google to understand the potentials it has. Patenting issue with Basilisk Saddle. Railings not correctly snapping. Corrupted creatures pushing through tech force fields and causing damage inside of it. Oh my god. Biogrinder inability to grind tall creatures like Giga or Karkat. Didn't know that. Didn't test it. Now I know. An issue that caused crafting unstable element shards via the Mega Shift Mega Lab, resulting in a loss of materials. Was that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. Did I lose element shards as a result? I hope not, but no, that's been resolved. Visuals of the Homo Deus skin, which we've all unlocked by now, hopefully, right? The train engine interfering with in-game sound. Hello there. Was that our hiss that we heard some time ago? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. UI elements appearing offset on ultra-wide monitors. Stuttering related to frame gen when toggling UI elements. Ooh, that's actually, I know what that is. Very interested to see how fixed that is. Are we really going to get no frame stutter when toggling UI elements? No way. A client crash related to harvesting resources. A client crash related to starting split screen. And holy hell, how many of you out there are still playing split screen? I would love to know. Ascended split screen. I didn't even think it was a thing anymore. But it is. Split screen is still a feature, and I would love to hear if people are still using split screen. There's definitely some almost like biased takes on split screen, and if we need it anymore. But you know, it to me, it definitely harkens back to a time. But I think new gen people don't care about split screen, and I think developers are moving away from split screen. But I'm curious, you know, in the comments, if you do play split screen, I would love to know. Please leave a comment about that. And an issue that prevented equipping items from inventory after viewing the crafting or cosmetic tab has been resolved. An issue with structures that float above the battle rig garage. I really hope my base is going to be okay when I log back in. A level discrepancy with dropped mech blueprints. Haha. This might be something related to the exploit we found recently. An enforcer and mech stat displaying incorrectly in some languages. Camera issue when jumping while riding with a Thyla. A Dinosuchus. Oh no, they reduced the Dinosuchus gravity. We was having so much fun being launched in the air, man. Apparently, no more flying, jumping, launching Superman Dinosuchuses, no more. UT, Direwolf and Armadoggo LOD issues. Bucket face helmet skin LOD issues. What the hell is the bucket face helmet skin? Inability to access our wheel when minted on a Reaper King. Hello there, that's good to hear. Snow Owls using foot attacks while walking, causing it to slide. Come on, man. Snow Owl's inability to ice crash in the air when stamina is depleted. Multiple cases of Enforcer accidentally teleported into the map. Oh, hello. Mana jumping forward immediately after being on cryopoded. Oh, thank God they looked at that one. Painful. Painful. Ice Titan breath killing mounted players. Fixed it or introduced it. I know it used to be a thing, and it was always a thing in ASE. Was it not meant to be a thing, or has it been removed, or have they made sure it's a thing that the Ice Titan definitely does now? Dreadnoughtus EMP roar killing enemy riders. That's what it's for! Now we know! The EMP roar that I had no idea why on earth that this feature was in. It looked cool, it looked amazing, but didn't understand why would anyone want to use it. That's what it's for killing riders. Now we know. A fix for Dreadnoughtus legs sometimes appearing messed up. Nah, man, I liked the wonky legs. Oh, does that mean they've, hang on, have they fixed it? Have they fixed, what's it called, man? The blimp. Fix player rotating back and forth rapidly when standing on the saddle of a Dreadnoughtus as a passenger. Fix Dreadnoughtus legs stuttering when rotating. I kind of actually like these. I thought these were kind of funny. Its EMP breath attack will now be more accurate at hitting larger enemies. Okay, so they looked at that as well. They haven't mentioned it being able to be picked up by a Zeppelin, though. I am very amazed. Maybe they'll list it later on, but I expected that one in particular to definitely be fixed, but I guess it's more of an exploit than it is an issue or a bug. So maybe they'll address this later on. Armadoggo's eyes turn black during a sniffing animation. I just thought they were turning into their villain arc when they did that, but apparently not. No. Speculative fix for Armadoggo's chance of disappearing during player respawn or disconnect. That's good to hear. A case where Armadoggo's whistle would break during some interactions with the creature, which we found several times. Good to hear they've fixed that. Several skeleton pieces have now been fixed by spamming Armadoggo's dig emote. Still don't understand the reason for the overwhelming, alarming amount of skeleton pieces that we're getting. I get they're great to adorn your vehicles with, but we're getting just a bit too many. There's far too many, and I would like to at least see them limited to a stack instead. But I know if you've got different pieces, how on earth would you stack them? But there's too many. It started to become a bit of a pain when you've got no other use for them really, apart from a aesthetic piece, and you've got loads of them. But there you go. Armadoggo now scares off Tames with who's there. Ooh. Or it didn't, now it does. Armadoggo now doesn't get stuck trying to unbury whilst in a swimming state. And it's timing of... Holy... I'm out. I'm gone. I'm gone. See ya. It was a bug. It was. Ah! Ah! Damn you! Oh, the doggo. Ah! We spent so long at the doggo taming, finding an alternative to trying to perfect tame an Armadoggo, and it turns out there was a bug the entire time. I got no words for that one apart from good grief. It took over a month to resolve that one, and I know, like, there was a Christmas break, and I know, gotta jump on the exploits first, but man, like, everybody out there and their mums trying to figure out how on earth to perfect tame an Armadoggo, you just could have said. And I know you would have got, like, definitely berated, but I guess it's easier in hindsight to say that, but I know a lot of people are, of course, going to now feel redeemed in hearing this news. Moving on, baby rock drake sometimes falling through the mesh when hatched from a Gigantoraptor. I did see that once or twice. Good to hear that's been fixed. Getting stuck in a rubber banding state after hitting an object with the battle rigs. Really? Really? Is it resolved? Can we finally drive battle rigs? Dude, if that's the case, tonight's race is going to be a swimmingly smooth, fun experience, as well as improving that. Wildcard have improved damage effects to improve FPS, because we saw some issues there. It's disappearing in stasis. Whoa! Has that been resolved? Wow. And then falling through the mesh. We're going to have the most smoothest race ever. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be an amazing race tonight. Look forward to it. Everything about the battle rigs seems to be improved. The inability to move while driving on ice, we saw that one. Some gamepad controls. A collision with running over trees and rocks. Everything. Wow, that whole section there is all about battle rigs. I can't wait to now check out battle rigs, and I really hope they have improved. I guess if they've got a mission that's based around the battle rig, they must have spent the time to make sure the battle rigs are running super smooth. Great to hear that has been resolved too. Joyous moments indeed. A case where a mech could spawn in the mesh when crafted from a tech replicator. The inability to hide the battle rig garage roof after removing structures. Player seated positions, projectile weapons not firing accurately when seated in a passenger seat, a case where Desert Titan saddle will be missing on collision, fixed broken Winter Wonderland icons, camera getting messed up when grappling another player that is mounted in photo modes, creatures that have consumed mushroom brew can now be cryopoded in the radiation zone of Aberration, fix the Forest Titan AI to prevent it from attempting to navigate inside this arena. That was the thing people were exploiting, getting to just remove the Forest Titan and get an instant win. You can no longer now do that. Shirt skins are now equipped or unequipped when applying the glider to prevent the glider from appearing invisible. Oh, I really liked that. That's a shame. I really enjoyed, like, gliding around without my glider being shown. Apparently now I've got to show the glider. But, you know, it is what it is. A case where Tribe Towers was applying buffs to characters that were not in the tribe. Oh, man. That's a shame. Fixed the case where creatures would deal more damage with no rider. What the hell? Some item skins and cart saddles. An issue with the explosive spears, which would sometimes prevent it from being thrown. Several typos, several exploits, and holy hell, mesh holes. We found recently on stream some absolutely dirty mesh holes. And we did find some dirty rat holes, as well as seeing some floating objects across all maps. If you are built in any of these, folks, unofficial, get out now, because you will be found and you will be banned. So don't do it, especially rat holes, because we found that time and time again. If you're in there, it sucks, but I'd get out now before you get banned. Some false positive anti-mesh spots on the island. Wow. Especially around the volcano. Wow. I remember that. I died to that. It was kind of like working your way up to the volcano, which we died to. Good to hear that's been resolved. Erroneous tribe tower floating in the middle of the sky on the island. What the hell is that? Don't know. Guess we never saw that one. Multiple cases of supply drops falling through the ground in Aberration. Cave supply crates spawning in the mesh in Aberration. Yeah, remember that one. Lava nut damage. Dealing damage to large creatures on SE. Snow ramp rendering grey. Tame forest titan would slide. Meteors not damaging tamed creatures. Oh no. Okay. Watch out on the meteors. The meteors may now be a bit more of a scarier thing to wander in towards. Maybe the meteors are now going to be something feared when you're traveling around on your creature, I guess. We'll find out. Fixed a buildable area in Scorched Earth boss arenas. Hot damn, didn't know that was a thing. Hot visuals displaying erroneously in the southwest surface entrance on Aberration. Some locations where red gems are spawning in the green zone. A waterfall missing audio on Aberration, and Aberration's green obelisk having 2 beams. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff. A lot to go through there. Good grief. GG wildcard. But was that everything? Oh wait, they did miss something. How could we forget the spawns? The spawns are still an issue, and Wildcard did address this. They said they have a speculative fix for them for the spawn issues impacting the sunken forest, like gachas and gigas, apparently in the sunken forest, but it still looks like it's occurring, so we're going to see a patch for that at some point in the future. Almost got every single one there is that major one. Spawns, still an issue, but hopefully that one's going to be fixed around the corner. Some people are complaining about the OSD's Vane audio going to the music slider being a bad idea. That's a curious thought, I guess, that some people prefer that, but it's music, and music is music. If you want music, turn it on. If you want music off, turn it off. I think it's valid to say it's a musical piece. Put it in the musical piece, because it's music. But I do see an issue that, as somebody who especially streams and doesn't want to hear music, I now have to have music turned on to listen out for an OSD or Vane. Not really a major issue. I mean, at the end of the day, I can just turn it on, like if I'm hunting for OSDs and Vanes. Not that much of a bother, really, I think, Brother John. Like, you just switch it on for a hot minute. If you're looking for one, switch it on, and then switch it back off when you're not looking for one. If you don't want to hear the music, turn it off. But if you don't want to hear the music, what you're doing is Gareth Coker, man. Sort it out. Apparently, some people are having issues with no skins being shown. But for the most part, I'm not seeing too many complaints past this. I think it's a good news day. For the most part, a lot of people's servers aren't up yet, which is traditional. It's normal. It's natural. You know, when we get giant patches like these, sometimes they take a while to roll out. I am aware with this one in particular, it is taking a hot minute to roll out. But by the time this video goes out, everyone's server should be up and running by now. So GG Wildcard, great to see everything got looked at and approached, and I look forward to seeing all of these improvements. And Club ARK, can't wait. But official servers, hey ho, you'll be happy to know you're getting your breeding back. You've got a bit of 2x breeding over this weekend until Feb the 3rd. I heard a lot of people were complaining about it from last weekend. Now you got it back, so big win for you. As well as Small Tribes getting a bit of 4x and ARK getting a bit of 5x. Hello, hello, hello. I imagine ARK will be getting a wipe pretty soon. I think it's like next week. So look out for what's coming out with that one. Me and Vino checked it out, ARK this month, and it was fun. The moment you've all been waiting for. It's been a long time since the last one. A long time, because all the creatures that you submitted in votes have all been voted for and done. In fact, has it been a whole year? It feels like it's been at least a year since the last vote. There's a new vote, and it's coming for Valguero, or Valguero. Don't call it Valguero because you get dissed and saying, are you trying to call me Eddie Valguero. Valguero is coming out in a month. When? What month? Can't remember. Some month. August is when you're getting Valguero being remade by the man who made it originally, Nakatus, who's bringing you, of course, Astraeos in a matter of weeks, like the week after next, and you've got it, this map unofficial. And well, Valguero, it's coming, and with it a community creature vote. And that's right, folks, you can start submitting your creatures. In fact, you can start submitting right here, right now, and you've got until the entry end period, which will be at 1 p.m. Pacific on February the 20th. And then after that, there'll be a voting process at 1 p.m. PST on February 21st, and that will run until February 28th, with the winner being announced on Feb the 28th. Let's have a quick look at what's been submitted. I always worry with these voting sort of filters that this section here and how these votes work do definitely, and early entries especially, do definitely create some leniency towards whatever creatures get pushed in first. If we just sort by most votes, I guess we can look at what's being favorited more, but is anything being advocated more? One thing to be careful about, whatever I'm looking at here is just subjective. It's not me favoriting these creatures, it's just me looking at a couple of creatures to see what the most voted ones are. Unfortunately, this is the way it works. And right now, let's pick the top 5, I think, for now. We've got the Dermatosukis Gourmandi, a intercontinental ballistic gourmand. I read intercontinental as the other word, you know the word I'm thinking about. A ballistic gourmand. Hey, looks cool. Got some hordes on him. Looks like he digs, and he does dig. That's going to be a herbivore that gets rid of any aerial threats. One thing to mention about anything submitted abilities-wise is really do take these with a pinch of salt. I know a lot of work goes into them, and credit to the submissions and people trying to really flesh out these submissions. But we've seen it time and time again with community submissions. It is really simply based on the creature. The creature and the factual creature that it is, needing to be a real-world extinct prehistoric creature, being dinosaur, mammals, reptiles, etc. So just be mindful of that, or even reflective of that if you're posting your own creatures here. You don't need to be selling its abilities, just sell the creature in itself. And a great selling point here with an image being drawn up about Katana's hopeful image of what this is going to be. Looks really cool. Its idea being that it's gonna have a railgun saddle. Case in point, like, damn. But you never know, it may reflect on what the devs want to do with these creatures. Just don't vote based on the abilities, vote on the creature. That's all I'm trying to explain when these voting rounds come along. But with this one being pitched as being able to till soil, having a damage reduction, being like a Palovier or Basilisk burying into the ground. Pentaceratops, looking very much like its Triceratopsian cousins. I know that's not a word, but this one being dubbed as a heavy tanking herbivore. We need more tanks. Why not, right? Let's bring in another tank. Like to see it. Is it going to be that far different from a trike or Apache Rhino, though? Only Pi the Math knows. And Pi the Math wants to see a bunch of stance charges, creating a battering ram, a taunt attack, headbutts, light stomps, heavy stomps, charge, head sweeps, some different saddle types. Definitely pushing the boat out, and some great imagery being brought out here. Bring it on, bring it on. We all say, bring it on. With a Mega Raptor being your worst nightmare. Holy hell, that thing definitely does look like a bit of a nightmare. Love to see dossiers being created for these submissions as well. Just in theme keeping of course, all of the creature dossiers with ARK, and one being presented here with the Mega Raptor. Already love the look of this one from the instance, and well, I'm told you're gonna like it. I do like it, but here we go. It's been dubbed to something that you're going to need to use fire with. A little nod to the recent modded creature by Garuga that we just checked out. And I think the integration and use of fire with creatures, we need more of. It's great to see the Trudon thing that not many people know about warding them off with fire. Great to see that, and it would be good to see that being used more with other creatures. This is one that we're going with here, and this thing, though once tamed, is a bit of a dirty monster, doing some max ROF speed, wounded, jump scare lunge. dudes, do you know what? Like, this is great. This is great. A lot of time and effort. Good grief. A lot of time and effort being put into this one. Even referencing a Mortal Kombat Scorpion, get over here ability. That's amazing. I do like that. But again, don't be sold. Don't do it. Don't be sold. It's just the abilities. But credit, a lot of work has gone into this one. Wow, wow, wow. Well done, Roberto. A lot of time and effort being put into that submission. Looks great. We've got the Tenontosaurus, a brutal brawler of Valguero, looking like it's got a mean skull on it. Dejaflu tells you what for. And again, a dossier. Love to see him. It's great to see. Very nice, clean artist imagery there. Yeah, and really clean in submission. Something with a bunch of passive abilities like rotation, thick skin to reduce damage, making it a bit like a tank, and having some fire abilities, a quadrupedal primary ability allowing you to bite and harvest berries, a tail swing, some claw swipe attacks. Similar abilities to a Therizino. It feels like there's some similarities there, but due to their thick hide, it's immune to tranquilizer darts and arrows, so not going to tame them with a knockout. What are you going to do there? That's good. That's curious to push you to use narcotic tripwires because nobody uses them. You can knock out creatures. We did it before. It took us a long time to do it. It would be great to see a creature that uses narcotic tripwires because, really, outside of PvP, nobody uses them. As well as Amphision, Survivor's best friend. Badger is without question the most and best loyal creature a survivor could have. With a paw slam sniff, a climb and a whiff, keeping you insulated with a bit of master's love. Feeling like it's almost being presented as a bit of an alternative to the doggo, which is curious. If people are adopting the doggo as being that companion tame, maybe the introduction of more companion tames could be something to entertain. I like that. I like the idea of this, and well done to these creature submissions. Good luck to them and everybody else that submits. I apologise if I missed yours, didn't look at yours. We're just going to look at the top 5 voted at the moment. But if you want me to review even more, let me know in the comments below and I will do that. And that's your lot. I think this news video has gone on long enough, don't you? Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you're looking forward to checking out all of these fixes. I definitely am. And fingers crossed it didn't break anything in the process. We're going to have some fun racing tonight on Monarchy. I hope to see you there on stream. My name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always,